Well, hey there. Welcome to day 903 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here at your service, talking about the journey, the business journey from offline brick and mortar corporate America businesses to the online world. I have made the transition and the transformation from offline to online, and it's been a bumpy road. And if I'm really honest, it probably hasn't been any more bumpy than my offline, my corporate career, my business ownership in different industries. It probably really hasn't been any bumpier. It just kind of feels like it's more bumpy because it's so compressed. It's compressed and it's a more focused effort and learning curve than I've generally concentrated on or consciously paid attention to in the past. So my question today is, now what? What's next? Just finished the 40-day challenge and it was actually 48 days, and I just did over a 23-minute video today, and we're not even doing the challenge, announcing I'm going to be doing a 30-day challenge starting August 1st, and the details will come over the course of the next week. And of course I will go online because I'm super consistent. I don't know why, but I found that I have to do videos every single day. I have to be consistent to hold myself accountable. Nobody else I know of does videos 365 days a year. The only day I missed in the last year that I didn't do a live video was Christmas Day, and that was because I was on the couch laid out with a version of the flu, some kind of flu, coughing so hard that I would almost wet my pants. I might have, but I'm not going to say. Coughing so hard that I thought I was going to cough up a lung. I felt like I broke a rib, but I didn't. But super bad cough, super bad flu-like symptoms. It lasted at least a couple of weeks, and so I did miss Christmas Day. I didn't do a live video on Christmas Day. Couldn't talk. Couldn't get even sentences out, much less talk. Missed Christmas entirely this year. Missed Christmas, missed New Year's, missed the whole holiday season for the most part. And the worst part is, I got the whole rest of the family sick as well. Everybody else got the flu as well. Different versions of it, but everybody got sick over the holidays. And I don't even know where I got it, because even before COVID, I wasn't getting out and interacting with that many people. So it was just one of those weird fluky things. Anyway, so finished the challenge, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again in August. It's there. It's on the Get Up and Go challenge page. It's always available for people. I did a 30-day version in April to help us get through COVID. Then, since COVID and all the changes didn't pan out, and things actually were looking worse in the United States anyway, from a how we're treating one another standpoint, I did not a condensed, actually a totally different Get Up and Go challenge in the month of June and July. So all of June into July 10th, plus a bunch of bonus days. And I'll continue to do something every day from a consistency standpoint. And I think I'll just brainstorm today. I think I've got the 20th through the 31st, so that's 11 days of content. I will pick a topic, a subject, and talk about that every day. A topic that helps all of us to move forward in our lives. I don't know what they're going to be yet. I think I'll probably do the how to pick the right blank for you, how to pick the right coach, how to pick the right challenge, how to pick the right course, how to pick the right area of study, how to pick the right anything for you. And I'll make it general because it's all about picking and choosing and making choices that are right for you. So that'll be one day, and then I'll brainstorm some other days so that I can consistently show up every day at 11 for people, so they can get in the habit of, okay, every day at 11 I'm going to get a little boost that will help me to get up and go. That's my intent. So today was just about, hey, where can you go to review and get the information in a way that makes sense and is easy to consume versus just on the Get Up and Go challenge page. There's a private group set up where they're all in the units and they're all in order. So if somebody wants to spend the next couple of weeks going through the 30-day challenge and highlighting and picking out the lessons in that are appropriate, it's totally different material and more in-depth on certain topics than what we did in the 40-day challenge. In the 40-day challenge, it was all about making sure that you have that foundational process to handle any challenge, any obstacle, any problem, any failure, anything that requires you to change in your life. You will automatically have the process ingrained in your subconscious, so you just automatically do it, which gets you to where you want to go faster. It gets you results much faster than if you're spending a whole lot of time in the hindsight factor. I just heard somebody a couple of days ago talk about, and they called it hindsight something, but I call it the hindsight factor because I can't remember what they called it. But it's the amount of time it takes you to process a change and get from the change event happening to the point where you realize, all right, and you accept, hey, this happened. Now what am I going to do? Now what? What's next? What else is possible for me? And how? And it's always, how am I going to respond to this? How am I going to react to it? What am I going to do now? The time it takes you to get to that point. Love that, because each and every one of us can go back and we can say, all right, how have I responded? How long has it taken me to get over or to move on from certain events in my life? And guess what? There might be some events in your life that you're still in the hindsight factor in, that you haven't gotten to the point where you're saying, all right, what am I going to do now on a conscious and subconscious level? And you've just started to move on and create the life that you want. I know there's areas and there's things in my life, there's events in my life that still, I don't realize that they're triggering me and I'm making decisions based on them, but they absolutely positively are. And it's when I notice that I'm like, oh my God, I got to stop that. I have to change that. This isn't true for me anymore. So why am I letting that impact me on a subconscious level? All right. Supersize your business. Today, the idiom was head and shoulders above the rest, which of course reminded me of this amazing mug that my sister got me. Though she be but little, she is fierce. I love this because I haven't used it yet. It's got a pair of socks in it that she gave me too, which are magic is totally real. So that's that. I'll wear those for my granddaughter. She got me that up the cabin last time, and I haven't used it yet. It's just sitting here on my desk because I want to use it. I just haven't used it yet. I've got too many mugs in the cupboard, so I have to move some out or get rid of some so that I can add that one. So head and shoulders above the rest. Talked about competition, talked about comparison, talked about focusing on your strengths and building ourselves up, building yourself up versus tearing other people down. And that our lives are a whole lot happier when we're building on the things that are important to us, the things we care about, our priorities, our strengths, the things we love to do, the things that we're good at, and sharing that with the world versus comparing ourselves to other people. Guess what? Every one of us, and Dennis Waitley said this. I was listening to some Dennis Waitley yesterday, and I haven't seen or heard Dennis Waitley for at least 20 years. I used to listen to him early on, and then he's been out doing his thing, but mostly with USANA and other organizations like the Olympics. I have no ties to the Olympics, so I wouldn't have been inspired. He was working with astronauts. I don't have any ties to astronauts, so how would I know that? So we weren't in the same spheres, and he recently invited me. We've been Facebook friends forever, and he invited me to this group, and he's got a course in there, and he was talking about us, people, human beings. It's really a good triumph over turbulence, I think is the master class that they're doing over. It's set up like a challenge. Is probably why I was attracted to it. And you just listen every day. It's like an hour a day, so I'm making time this weekend just to run through his course. And it sounds like it was about 3 weeks ago that they did this, and I don't know how I missed it. I missed it the first time around, but since I was invited, I'm like, cool, I'm going to listen to it, because I like Dennis. And he always says, I'm as good as the rest and no better than the best. Meaning, as human beings, we are all infinitely valuable human beings. And I love this philosophy, and I agree with him 100%. I'm as good as anybody else, but I'm not better than anybody else. As a human being, we are all of equal value and equal worth on the planet as human beings. We are all incredibly infinite beings, infinite potential, infinite possibility. We focus on what we're potentially capable of, not what we're not doing right now. So I love that. I'm as good as the rest, no better than the best. Dennis is great at rhyming things. He's a good writer. He's written 18 books or something, but he tends to put rhymes and things in there. So remind ourselves, we are as good as the rest, but no better than the best. So head and shoulders above someone. I'm 5'1.5". I used to joke, I'd take the kids to school, and in 5th grade was like the year I noticed that all of my kids' friends got taller than me. And from then on, I just realized I'm short in stature, but I don't have to be short in how I show up in the world and what I'm here to do and what I'm here to say and what I'm here to represent. And neither does anyone else. We're all here to do something and to mostly just be ourselves. So that was today's Supersize Your Business topic. And how does that relate to business? Well, I think I've shared this story about the 2 skyscrapers. How do you be and how do you have the tallest building in any town, any city? You can build the biggest building, the tallest building, and that's like building on our strengths, building on our capabilities, and showing up in the world in a positive way. Or you can tear down all the other buildings that are tall so that you have the tallest building in town. So that's like focusing on the competition, tearing other people down, criticizing other people, and that's negative, right? And we always have the choice of how we're going to behave, how we're going to show up, how we're going to respond. Fun challenge today was about friendship and sharing something awesome in the comments about a friend or a friendship, one of your specific friends. You don't have to share the friend, just something about them that you absolutely love and adore. Maybe it's their energy, maybe it's their personality, maybe that they're gorgeous and they are fun to be with. Whatever it is, something awesome and tremendous about a friend in the comments. And then get up and go challenge, thinking about what that's going to be next. That's my predominant thought pattern today and what I'm working on. So I'll do some more personal development and learning today, because my weekends are my time when I can listen to things and I can observe things and I can learn and I can read and I can study. I have started doing audible books on my walks. My son reminded me that my thinking was kind of stinking in some areas, and not on purpose, but just habits that have slipped in over the last couple of months in COVID. And actually the last year and a half has been some not so positive things, and I could say they're positive, and they're actually positive because they're moves in the direction I needed to go, but they didn't necessarily feel like they were positive at the time that they hit over the last couple of years. And he said, hey, your thinking is slipping in this, listen to some books. And I've been resisting audiobooks because of my vision challenges. I just am being stubborn and egotistical and saying, I don't need that, I could just figure it out. And I'm like, okay, well, you can be stubborn and silly, or you can listen to some audiobooks and continue to feed your brain the stuff you want to feed your brain. And so I've been listening to audiobooks on my walks every day. Every day I go for a walk, at least an hour. I love to be outdoors and I love to be out in nature. According to Dennis Whaley, it's because I'm getting older and I appreciate beautiful things and nature and things more than I did when I was younger. I would say, and I'm 27 years younger than he is, but even 10 years ago and even prior to that, I wasn't giving myself the time to enjoy the things that I enjoy in life. But I've always been an outdoor person and love to be outside and love to be in nature. And so I have, over the last 10 years, and will continue for the rest of my life, spending time outdoors, spending out time at least an hour a day. Now, we had a huge thunderstorm last night, but it looks pretty nice out today, so I will get outside. And guess what? I have a raincoat, and I probably have rain boots. I don't know, I'd have to look around for them, but I can go out even when it's raining, because unlike the Wicked Witch of the West, I do not melt. I am not made of brown sugar. So, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, please ask in the comments below. Sometimes we just have a burning question and we don't have anybody to ask. Especially during COVID, I found sometimes it's like, geez, I just wish this would happen, or I could just ask this person that. And guess what? Now more people are available than ever before. Normally I don't say, hey, just hit me up in the comments below and ask me a question, but now I do have time, especially on the weekends when I don't have my granddaughter. I have the time and energy to help whoever needs help, and all you have to do is ask. And if I don't know the answer, I will hook you up and find you somebody that does, or something that can help you and serve you. All right, have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow reporting on what am I up to now as I make the transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Have a great day.